My friends, hello and welcome to a GoldenEye SpeedLore special, the 2022 Year in Review. Tonight, we'll be taking a look back at the year that was and reflecting in the great moments, records, speedruns, and community fun that took place throughout 2022. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. We're trying something a little new tonight here on YouTube with just a few of our close friends and Patreon supporters. Of course, to be shown to all a little later in time. So let's get right into it and enjoy this look back at the year 2022 in GoldenEye speedrunning. And what a better way to start than to look at the rankings at this point last year, exactly 1 year ago, on New Year's Eve 2021. And a lot of things quickly appear. We can see that the overall combined time here is, 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 32 seconds. So, that's the number to keep in mind. How many seconds will fall from the total time this year, I suppose we'll find out. We can see there are a number of good untieds on the rankings. Carl's Dam 52, Mark's Dam 154, Wotus's Facility 51, some Bunker 1 untieds, Mark's Silo 107. The list goes on, and you can pick here and there. There's a lot of great untieds, as there always are, but I'm sure we will see some new ones and we'll see some great improvements. Now, one of the first notable things to take place in 2022 was this great unhoard project, which was called Mission 97. Now, of course, as you can imagine, it was a mega unhoard project. These are, pretty common in this day and age in the elite community. There always seems to be a horde or 2 or 3 going on. And the Mission 97 one was, quite remarkable. A lot of guys got some really good times here. We can see in particular, Chris G got, this is like a dozen solid world records, and a whole bunch of other guys got a bunch of world records. Now, of course, I'm not going to go over every single world record achieved in this event. That would be too insane, but we'll show one that I think is quite notable, and it's this Chris G Egypt 0044. This is a tough time, and Chris G went out and got it and demonstrated that he is one of the, rising star players in the game and getting some great world records. And in fact, he's quite high up on the overall list of total world records in the game. So we're going to take a look at that, much later tonight. We see he goes for the door warp there and takes a stare down with the second Baron. A good fast spawn there. Nails him. Beautiful. Opens the door, and of course, it's a completed world record run. He's going to nail the headshot here and have a fast Baron pass away. And we're going to get that Egypt 0044. So this was a great record, and he hoarded this. He also had a Secret Agent 44. He had the Statue 217's Slade world records. So a really productive hoard for Chris G. And these were revealed early into the year 2022. So very nice job from him. We got the classic Baron laughing. We'll skip ahead there. Bingo, bango. And we've got the Egypt 00 Agent 44. Very nice world record. Very nice end screen as well. You gotta love that end screen. And so he got those actually in March 2021, but they were not revealed to the world until early 2022, and they had tied Slade a record that was untied for almost 3 years. So that's impressive stuff. And again, a great record by Chris G. But we can't get caught up too much on we got so many runs to get to. So we'll move on to the next amazing run that was unhoarded in the Mission 97 was the grand finale of Mission 97, in fact. And again, you know, Mission 97 got a lot of a lot of praise, that it was well deserved. And this run was maybe one of the greatest closing runs to a horde ever. It was Joris Silo Agent 59. And, you know, Silo Agent 59 was this amazing world record achieved by Mark Rutsu. You know, has this remarkable story to it where the first one was unrecorded, and then he duped it, you know, at Timmy's house. It was this amazing scene. And then Joris would come along and slay the run with this amazing world record. And the editing in Mission 97 was unbelievable. You know, if you want to check it out, you can go to the website, I believe is capap3.com, and you can get all the amazing horde projects there. You see a beautiful, like, boost through that silver crate hall, injures that guard, gets a forward shot there. He's on pace. He turns down the music, you know. Beautiful camera shot, looking down, makes the turn. A wonderful warp. Remarkable run. And that is Joris Silo Agent 59. Again, we're getting lots of these epic slow rolls here. You know, why not? Why not get these slow rolls to show the time? And you know what? The Joris, I'll show you guys here. The Joris world record post for this run is, you know, probably the best world record post ever made, I would say. It really plays to, well, just a complete sort of community picture here. And yeah, Irie in chat, Irie B, points out that, yeah, there was a bit of a back boost in the crates, but this is from the third room on. We can see, like, door open, and he kind of gets boosted. Oh, that's the second room, sorry. But we'll see that when we come to the third room here. That he gets boosted through, and then, you know, a little bit of a back boost in the crates is not that, you know, that much of an unreasonable thing there. Like, you know, it wasn't super slow to have happen. And then he goes and snaps the pick and has a great warp here. I mean, just a great run all round. 59, amazing run. And, you know, this was the world record post by Joris. We can see it's a play on, I believe it's Sergeant Pepper's of the Beatles. And, you know, we see Joris and all these eliters' faces are edited in, and it's really quite something. So I even made a comment saying I think this is the best world record post of all time, and it very well might be. So great stuff from Joris there. But the interesting thing is, Joris's fun was a little bit spoiled because even though Joris had achieved that in late 2021, Ace had recently achieved Silo Agent 59 as well, and so it appeared as though Ace was the one to have slayed the record, which is, you know, a bit of a thunder stealer, I'll say, which is kind of funny, you know. A bit of a thunder stealer. We'll watch Ace's run here as well. So nice warp, nice shot there. And again, we've really kind of fleshed out exactly where to look up or down in all these situations. Exactly where to turn. Nice shot there. A little bit of, that's an intentional hesitation on the top of the stairs there to ensure that you get a good door open cycle right there. You want to kind of create a little bit of lag and noise and get the guard to kind of warp to the position where he opens the door there. So again, that's stuff that's all been sorted out for a little while now. Ace gets the beautiful boost through there. No back boost in the crates, so it's even maybe better. Gets a bit of a boost forward here. Nice snap. Really, that movement is super tough to do when it's all laggy and stuff. Ace gets the nice warp. I mean, that's just a magnificent run as well. There's Absolutely no doubt there. Silo Agent 59. And so, if we take a quick glance back at these past rankings early in the year, we can actually see that in, retroactively, these times were re-added to the rankings when they were achieved. So we see Chris G's Egypt time there. We see, Joris on Silo, but not Ace yet. So, of course, Ace was really the first world record that I've shown of the new year. And in fact, we'll see what's interesting is that, here we have Mark on Dam 00 Agent, and it's kind of funny because, he has this 154 here untied, but actually late in the year 2021, Clemens sort of tied it. He was playing off stream, and he got a run, and I'll show this run because it's important to set up what happens next. And it's that we'll see a lot of dropped frames here very, very early on. It's kind of funny and epic here. So let's take a look. Opens the door, and look how many drop frames are here right now. Oh, and so this Clemens run simply did not pass the proof call, unfortunately. But undeterred, Clem went right back out there, as a guy like Clem does, and said, you know what, I really want to, it was my own fault. I messed up. I got this Dam 154 unproven. I'm going to have to go dupe it. And it looks like actually it was early 2022 when he got that drop frames run, and now this is February 2022 where he was able to get the successful dupe, which is an impressive run, no doubt. A run so impressive, my friend, that we will dedicate this run to our SpeedLore champion, 4-Day Bender. A huge thanks to you, 4-Day Bender, for all your magnificent support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's watch Clemens try to do the unthinkable and dupe Dam 00 154. So he goes here. He doesn't go for the headshot on the first guard, which is sort of a, goose-only strategy. I used it on a pile of 156 dupes. And maybe that explains why they're 156s and not 154s.
It's honestly not the most popular level. A lot of people don't like it because it's so low.
So he's talking about how, I'm not even sure if he's talking about Dam 00 there.
Just not really played that much.
But talking about a leggy level. I want to keep his volume low because I'm unsure of this, this game music, what it's going to do on YouTube. You know how these things are. Nice completion. That boost probably did affect it a bit. Probably was a little bit of a time saver.
I don't know if I got shot or boosted by the box.
Yeah, I also agree. I don't know if he got the forward momentum from the box or the guard. It was one clean bar of health gone though, so very plausibly could have been the guard. So you look down here, get it, boost forward is nice. No back boost there's really nice. Gets through there pretty cleanly. He's going to have to... Nice headshot. He's going to have to pass away a guard on the way back, though. No hit there's good. He's got good health for this. Pummels these guards. I think that was a 4 boost. That was a back boost for sure. That was like a weird side boost. Forward. Ooh, one more and he passes away. Nice hit. Okay. You self-boost with the box. Survive with ghost health, and now he's got to clutch the run, which is very difficult and frightening to do.
Get to the fucking door, man!
Oh my god, he yeah, I wonder if he thinks it's... I wonder what his reaction is like if he thought it was going to be it. That wasn't a super fast last alarm either.
What the heck are you doing? Okay.
So that is that's his entire reaction. Okay. His first 154 he got off stream with like microphone on, so we don't really have a reaction there. And he's Clem, he's an all-time great of the game. He's not mega thrilled with this, you know, Dam 00154. It's not the most amazing and thrilling thing he's ever seen, but it is a great world record, and it certainly slayed Mark's Dam 00154, which was a great untied when set. So funny stuff there from Clem having to dupe the time. I guess he was hoping for 153, and there were a couple back boosts, side boosts, where, you know, it's probably possible that he could have gotten something like that, but alas, my friends, he did not. Now, moving on to some more hoarded times, and I explained this whole saga in at least 1 or 2 videos previously. Actually, one of the more recent SpeedLore episodes was Aztec, and so I talked about this there, and I also did a full, you know, video about this as well. But you know, if we look at the Aztec records to start the year, we can see they were 123, 130, 134. So Gus Riolo has the untied on 00, and on Agent and Secret, the records are those. So Gus decided it'd be really, really cool if he could get the untied sweep, and he would play for it. But this was all unbeknownst to someone else who was also playing for the untied world record, named Bands. So Bands decided he was going to try a new technique for the ending, which would allow you to survive more runs with lower health. Not the easiest task. Here we go. And he had a okay reaction from that guard. Probably lost 1 second on that mainframe guard there. Didn't even actually get... He missed the quick pause, I believe, too. I'm not sure how much that'll factor in. Glass opens. This is Bands Yanni Pitkinen. Nice boost there. Boost there. He has 1 bar of health. Many people who were watching this for the first time ever thought there's absolutely no way he can possibly survive the ending. But he takes 1 hit and then pulls off the box ending. And this was something that was done in tool-assisted runs for about 15 years. 13 to 15 years. But this is the first time it had been pulled off on a meaningful console run. And it's actually much even trickier than meets the eye, because you have to be strafing your momentum into the box, otherwise the drone can still shoot you. That means you're at risk of slipping off the box. You know, a guard can come from the middle of the big room and pass you away. So there's a lot of stuff going on that can go awry. But it did not in this run, and Bands got the 129, and he thought it was his first untied world record. And it was a great run, absolutely no doubt. Bands got this 129 on March 21 and posted about it on March 26th. Little did he know that 3 days earlier, Gus Riolo had achieved a run on Aztec Secret Agent as well. A run that is very remarkable, using a different strategy that we had not seen pulled off yet. And so Gus had beaten Bands' run, had beaten Bands' time. Bands had never had the untied world record, and Gus felt terribly about this. And so he decided he was in a different horde, which would be called Horde-a-Palooza later on, and was mostly Perfect Dark records. But Gus decided, okay, I can't do this hoarding thing anymore. I'm just going to reveal what I have. And he'd revealed this run, a run that is, in fact, so remarkable that it is dedicated to our SpeedLore champion, E Street. A huge thanks to E Street for all your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Now let's watch, so Riolo runs the first room. Safe to say he's probably not skipping body armor. I mean, even that is difficult to pull off, like that, those 6 shots in that guard on Secret Agent because you get pummeled all around. So he is going for the crouch glass strategy, which is the fastest known way to hit the glass open. There's like a 14% chance, 8 or 14% chance the guard runs towards the glass. And then if he does, you can shoot him in the leg, which is hard. And then he backs up onto the little ledge at the glass. And if you crouch inside of him, you become invisible briefly. And the other guards will run to the glass and open it. And that is the fastest known way to get the glass door open. It is very strange and unusual. But it's the way. There we go. Nice shot there. And now he's going to survive the 30 seconds in the vents because, you know, he's not going to go for the insane box ending. It's funny because both Bands and Gus were playing kind of independently of one another, both kind of keeping it secret, both wanting to get their own untied world record, and so they were both using good strategies that were different from one another. You know, Bands was using the box ending, which makes runs easier to survive, so you can push it more. But Riolo was using the faster technique, the glass crouch. 125. And so this was a 5-second untied when set. And it is now a 4-second untied because Bands' 129 is second place. And yes, we see 2BK in chat ask, you know, Gus's run didn't even use the box strat, and that's true. So let's take another glance at the crouch because it is important. You know, it's a 8 or 14% chance he runs the glass. Then you have to shoot him in the foot. He backs up onto this little ledge. You get inside of him. The other guards don't know where you are, and they open the glass door. And yeah, so the question basically is, if Gus, for example, used the box ending, he would maybe be able to theoretically skip the body armor here. And how much more time would that save? Maybe 3 to 5 seconds. You know, he had 2.5 bars going through that, you know, that, the vents. Does he get hit here? He has 2.5 bars at this point in time of health. And I believe that's the same health that Bands had. And so, if Gus knew about the box ending, then, yeah, he could probably have survived it. In, you know, of course, the difference is crouch runs are much more rare than non-crouch runs. So this is all in theory, but yes, you know, given this is a 125, something like a 122 or 121 on Secret Agent is theoretically possible. It has not been achieved. 125 is still the world record. It's still a 4-second untied. It's the biggest untied in the game right now, and I think it was the biggest untied, the first 4+ second untied since Clemens on Aztec Agent in 2010. I could be wrong about that, but these, you know, 4-5 second untieds are very, very, very rare. And this is probably the world record of the year right here. If you had to pick one, it's probably Riolo's Aztec SA 125. So very nicely done there. I'll try to, you know, any of these brief breaks. I apologize for the vibration sound. It's very rare for me, but I should be able to edit some of these moments out in the YouTube editor. So. Now, Riolo did not stop there. Riolo obviously decided he was going to try to untie Agent with this crouch strategy, and he would do just that. He would do just that. He actually did it first back in January, And of course, he only revealed it in late March after the whole bands Untied, pseudo Untied had been revealed. Riolo revealed his agent run with the crouch strategy. And keep in mind the world record here was 1:23 by Wotus. There's a shot. And it can be tough to land that shot. And also the guard doesn't always back up in the exact right position, which is really unfortunate. There we go. He kind of get a little bit boosted around there and there. Probably lost about 2 seconds. Of course, on Agent, you're going to try to skip the body armor no matter what, with or without the box ending. And we get a boost forward. Bingo, bango. Oh my god, he barely survives, barely squeaks it in. Oh my goodness. I think he actually manages here quite well, given the, nerves of the circumstance. Because, like, you're on a historic run here, the first ever crouch run. You know it's Untied. That guard's slow animation freaks you out. You think another guard is there, at a glance. I feel like he went to that corner way too early, but hey, he did it, and he pulled it off, and it was the run, Aztec Agent 122. So, great stuff from Riolo there. If we go back to this list early on, December 31st, 2021, we see the Aztec World Records down here. If we go and move it to, say, 2022, March 31st, we'll see now that Riolo has achieved the Untied sweep on Aztec. And that's very remarkable. If you remember the Aztec lore episodes, we've done 5 of them now. Ilu had some Untied sweeps, Wouter, very rare and very prestigious to get the Aztec Untied sweep in particular. So that's pretty cool stuff. So amazing job, Gus. And I think most would say that those were the records of the year if you had to choose. But hey, we've got a handful of great more records to show. We're probably only a quarter of the way done. So fill up your tea and get cozy, because there's still some great runs to show. Speaking of great runs to show, our good pal Samo hit probably the most shocking and inspiring run of the year. And this was also late March as well. And there was this whole kind of arc where Samo, when bands got that 129 Aztec SA, he was sort of teasing that he had achieved a new Untitled record and that, something cool was going to be revealed. But Samo was worried because Samo had been playing for Depot Secret Agent 38. 39, I actually untied that myself in 2015, and it had become, moderately tied. I think it was like 12-ish people maybe. And so Samo had been playing heavily for 38 because, after 7 years, sometimes these records are due for improvement. And he had come close. And he was really worried that Bands was going to beat him to it. And once everything was revealed, and he learned that no, Bands didn't get Depot 38, Bands got a Aztec record instead, Samo knew he had an opportunity here to get another, to get his first Untitled record. And it's quite interesting because Samo was known in the community at first for being this guy who, played for all the times where 0 points. He would try to get 101st on each stage, roughly speaking. So he was known for being this guy who intentionally wasn't going to be a great player. But he thought, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance he could plausibly get an Untitled record. And so, to make it even cooler and up the stakes even more, he's here at an Australian meet with his friends, with his mates, fellow GoldenEye runners, and amidst all the chaos and camaraderie, he delivers the amazing run. So let's take a look. The reaction may get quite loud, so beware. I'll do my best to mitigate it here. So you want to use Control Stall 2.x, 2.4 actually, in particular. Shoot during the opening cutscene to get this door open. You know, saves about 3 seconds. That was so difficult to get those 5 shots off and blow up the mainframe to boost yourself on the way to the key. But that is a good way for 38. Then you have to deliver and clutch out this train shot, get the safe, and get into the ending without getting controlled by the guards. Here, I'm going to really lower it here because Samo's going to freak out.
Oh.
It is funny because I was actually doing SpeedLore at that time. At that night, it was late March, so it was the time of the month for SpeedLore. So this was during a SpeedLore episode. I remember showing it on stream then, and I showed it way too loud. Hopefully I didn't do it again here. Yeah, just amazing that all these guys got to witness an untied world record in person. Like, that is super, super rare. Irie points out in chat as well that he had just gotten 39 less than a day before. And so it's kind of funny that Irie lost his world record so quickly, but hey, we've all been there. Anyone who's been around long enough, you know, as a top 10, 20 player has certainly been there where they get a record and gets beat, you know, the following day. But yeah, amazing stuff with this Depot 38. So he's super pumped, and yeah, the world record post on this one is really nice as well. It should be just down here in the right there. I mean, that's a great world record post. So mateful, so wholesome. Him and the boys, they're showing off his Depot 38. You can even see the little dot on the middle of the TV to help, you know, most GoldenEye players put a dot in their screen to help them aim. And iconic as far as I'm concerned. No other way to say it. Great run, Samo, Depot 38. Inspiring too, because again, he was this, you know, he embraced the role of being like a 100th ranked player for a very long time, and then to deliver an amazing Untied is remarkable. And so that was the third official Untied of the year. Of course, Yanni's 129 Aztec. I know many have asked about this, like, is he credited with the Untied historically? And as of right now, the answer is no. You know, it is this sort of asterisk thing. If you look at Yanni's world record history page on the world record database, it shows that he has achieved one career Untied, which, hey, we might get to that a little bit later, so maybe there's a little bit of revenge for Yanni there. Ooh, you know what? Okay, you know what? Actually, I'll show you exactly what the world rankings page shows. So it's actually quite interesting here. There is actually there's a straight up asterisk for it, which is good. See, so on this Aztec 129, there's the asterisk, and it says, not really a world record. A better time existed when it was set, but it was not yet posted. So it's documented that way, and I think that's the right way to document it. But yeah, we'll get more to Yanni in a little bit. But first we have kind of a fun community thing to get to that was a bit silly. And speaking of Samo, I spurred it on as well, but you know, we're not going to do Perfect Dark tonight. Perfect Dark is, you know, would take 8 hours to do a full year in review. We'll see about maybe getting to it at some point, but I say it every year. This is a run by a young gentleman, a young speedrunner named Perna. I'm just going to show like 5-10 seconds of it. Perna slayed Airbase Agent 111, which was a Ilu Untied. Perna chose to use the song, the hoedown, from Whose Line Is It Anyways? It's a cute little song to use. You know, people like making their music videos, but it just doesn't seem to be like what you would expect in a world record music video. It kind of is in a way. I remember some old run using the Entertainer. I think it was maybe a Carl G5 record in Perfect Dark. So these, piano MIDI songs have been used, but usually you expect some sort of, Linkin Park song, or some like techno song. But Perna used the hoedown, and I thought, wouldn't it be funny if we all made our own hoedowns? Wouldn't that be hilarious? And so I went out and decided to make one. And this inspired a handful of others to make their own. JD, Joris, and Samo. And Samo's is pretty good and clean, his first one at least. Some of them could be a bit silly and edgy, the way they are intended to be, the Whose Line hoedowns. So I'm going to show Samo's hoedown, and this was a trend just after Perna got that world record, which was in July 2021. So this is Samo's hoedown from that summer. Let's take a listen. Elite-themed community hoedown. It was a great lot of fun.
There was a man named Henrik, he loved to play that train. Why he loved that level, no doctor could explain. They concocted many theories, but they came up in vain. The sickness that explains it, it must live in his brain. When it came to shitposting, nobody beat the goose. He loved to troll the forum, so much it was abuse. Some new players can't take it, but I've seen it all before. They act like they hate him, but they never miss SpeedLore. The elite is full of loonies, they scare me half to death. The way they degen levels, it takes away my breath. 450 hours for a 47 pointer. They hide it from their mother so they don't disappoint her. The greatest GE player, he goes by perfect ace. Every run he plays is always untied pace. To watch him get world records is every elite's dream. But these days all he ever does is ask mate where's the stream. Ask mate, where's the stream?
Amazing, mateful. That's what the community spirit is all about. These sorts of fun moments, in the community. And there were a handful of others. I'm sure if you dig around, you'll find the thread of them. And there's about 6 or so. They're funny. They're funny and epic. So good stuff. And I want to show that after Samo's Untied. So a good year for Samo in terms of GoldenEye and speedrunning. So that's good stuff. But hey, we are going to move on. It was a big year for Irie B as well. Now, Irie told me I don't have to watch the entire run, but I will. I guess I'll start watching it while I set up we'll set it up, because Irie this year, a little bit later, would become the champion on the points rankings, which is quite a remarkable achievement. It must be remarked upon. What's interesting though with Irie is that he only got 2 world records all year long. One was the Depot SA39, which was, beaten within a couple hours by Samo. And the other one was this Frigate 00104. And, of course, if we know anything about Frigate...
My job gives me $25.
If we know anything about Frigate, it's that it's super luck-based, incredibly luck-based. And so his PB was 109. He couldn't get a better completion. Obviously, he's a top player. He's pacing the world record, which is 104. And well, sometimes after so much bad luck, a miracle is simply due, and we are going to witness perhaps such a thing here. 104 had been tied by Swiss had set it, and then Frosttops had tied it.
But basically, my point is that.
So we're gonna see Irie get super pumped here when the run completes, and let's take a look.
I pretty much never eat out. I went out, Oh my god! We just got a fucking complete! Oh my god! Dude, is that 106? What just happened? 104! I got the world record! What? What? Dude! What the fuck just happened? That was like 102 base. What the hell? I'm a fucking legend, dude. Dude, what?
No, it's so true. These speedrunning certainly has its highs and lows, and sometimes you think like, oh man, I've played so many hours and gotten nothing, and then other times there's Irie, she's going for a PB, gets a completion, skips 5 seconds, gets the tied world record. It's truly amazing. And so you have these good moments and these you take what you get. So amazing stuff by Irie. Yeah, and Irie points out, he got some records on DLTK and LTK, which is cool, and of course we're still covering some of those episodes in SpeedLore as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But cool stuff from Irie, and we might have one more Irie run to show a little bit later on as well. But we are going to get back to Bands. Bands really wanted to get that untied. And so when Aztec Secret Agent didn't pan out, and he is sort of credited with an asterisk on that one, he looked at another place where an untied was viable, and he looked at Cavern Secret Agent. Wotus had gotten 112 back during the K4 Unhorde, I believe, which I think was 2018, believe it or not. And it had remained untied the whole time. Is that right? I'm gonna look at 2018. Maybe it was 2019. Okay, 2019. So, had been untied for almost 3 years. Wotus has won 12. But Bands, there was a really bad stuck in the Wotus 112 at the end, or at least a very noticeable one. It's hard to have a clean run on this level. It's so chaotic and laggy. That was such nice movement there, and then you obviously do the trick where you throw the mine, look away, and it unloads and flies to the Objective C area, blows it up. This is the laggiest moment in the game, by far, in speedrunning in our current strategies. But yeah, Bands knew that if he grinded here, he could get the untied, and he did. The 111, a great run, and so a huge congratulations to Bands for clutching it out. Not an easy thing to do. A lot of guys would be disheartened at what they had just witnessed and gone through, but not Bands. Bands was undeterred and did the needful and clutched the run. So a huge congratulations there to Bands. This was May 16, 2022. So you can see we're making our way through the year here. Now, I'm just going to notice something. Did these... Oh, yeah, so that same day... Oh, yeah, so yeah, Irie in chat points out that, yeah, there was one, notable flaw with the run, and it was just that kind of wide, boosted turn going into the drone tunnel. I noticed it as well here, and it's there's not much you can do about it. He missed it's so laggy that it's hard to get a gauge. You could do the same physical inputs every time on your controller and get a different result due to just the lag and how much of the input and the angle the game eats or doesn't eat. And And yeah, no, it is very interesting that you know, a lot of players have like a level of choice, a stage of choice. But Bands was just like, I just want an Untied, so where can I do that? And he identified this level and succeeded greatly. Now, this date, May 16, 2022, was quite historic because it was also on this day when Cali W's 6-month quest came to a close. Remarkable run here. Cali had been grinding for Dam 52 Agent. This is, of course, you know, Carl's iconic Untied from December of 2017. So it had been untied 4.5 years, and Cali decided he wanted to be the one to tie it. He wanted to be the one to grind for it and build a stream doing it, and that's exactly what Cali did. And finally it was done.
My strafing is really good right now. Can I just get like the run of my life, please?
I mean, I truly can't imagine how frustrating it must be to play this level for like months on end. I would not enjoy it by any means.
Just once. Just once. Like right here.
So Carl
be great.
had
Come on.
3 boosts, but there was that kind of lookup. There's a lookup trick here that seems to
For
save
Tommy.
a 10th or 2. Instant gate.
Come on. Just give me one boost. This could be good enough. This could be good enough.
It's uncertain because we don't know if 2 boosts can do it.
Early alarm, but it's not bad. Oh, I don't know. Should we watch the cutscene? Those stairs were super laggy. I had to save them. I don't think it's it though. But we're waiting the cutscene. Yo, Sterling, what's up? Dude. What? No fucking way, dude. I don't know what to do. There is no way. There is no fucking way. That was a 2 booster. We got it. We fucking got it. Dude. We fucking got it. We got it with 2 boosts. That's it. That's it right there.
No, it is amazing, and of course, it's one of those things where nobody knew. You know, only one had ever been achieved. It was with 3 boosts, and so no one knew that it might have been doable with 2 boosts. But that little lookup trick, you know, it had probably been like a 2 or 3 weeks where people sort of discovered that it's, you know, may have I don't even know if there's a reason for it. Like maybe someone like White Ted knows more of exactly why this might save like 0.2, and it doesn't save 0.2 every time, but if you like look up there, sometimes it roughly saves a boost, and so that's what made 52 possible with only 2 boosts. And you can just tell the combination of relief and euphoria that hits Cali when he's tied that 52. He's just so pumped. Watching that one again, and a great run and a legendary run, you know, tying one of the most legendary runs in Golden history, and it makes you kind of wonder, like, these two guys have DM52 now. You know, will anyone ever go for it again? Like, what's the incentive for anyone to become the third person to get it? You know, the first person, huge incentive. Obviously help, build Carl's name in the community, in the speedrun world. Pretty big incentive for Cali to become the second player to do it. And, he's built a comfy and solid stream out of it as well, Will it be as hype for the third person to do it? Probably not. So where is the incentive going to come from to grind this level for months and months and months on end? Probably nowhere, and so it may never happen. And so that's an interesting thing to consider. But great job by Cali there. And, well, it's not the end of Dam that we'll see from Cali tonight, so keep an eye open as well. But for now, we're going to watch a couple of silly runs. This is Akadi. This is the guy who discovered the Bunker 2 cell warp on emulator, but like nobody knew about it for like a year. And he's an interesting fellow for sure. He was playing Depot Agent. He didn't have 23, the world record, where you warp through the door and clutch a run. But he decided to play with enemy rockets on for some reason. You can hear the rocket. And it functionally is the same level. In fact, it might even be more laggy because the rocket's going off. So it might be a slight bit slower. And yet, he hits the warp, opens the door, and here we go. He gets... Well, there's the rocket there. You can see the guard had the rocket. He gets Depot Agent 23 with the enemy rocket's cheat on. And thus, this does not count as a world record, which is kind of hilarious. You can see his best time there is 24. Definitely one of the oddest things to happen this year in GoldenEye speedrunning. He would get 23 later, and it's a 23. I don't need to show it, but very funny. I guess you can get a rocket boost from that one guard early on, as Irie points out in chat. But very strange and silly and interesting. But yeah, he got 23 later, so that's all good. And then he also decided, let's try to hit the warp with line mode on. I apologize if anyone's been blasted with brightness here. Line mode can be activated with a Game Shark EverDrive or an in-game push button code, which a lot of people don't even know GoldenEye has. I don't think anyone's ever gotten a 23 with line mode. I don't think so. I think one guy had 25, but Akadi wants to hit the Depot warp, and he does, and he's going to get a 24 on line mode. Really weird. A lot of like old urban legends and rumors about line mode back in the day. Was it a bonus cheat in game? Where was it? Should have been the cheat menu. Very strange stuff, but and there we go, Akadi, we can see 24, and we can see his best time is now 23 because he had achieved 23 legitimately for real on the, normal mode. So funny stuff from Akadi there, and I was like showing a couple of those silly, cute runs as well. Okay, look, we're back to Cali on Dam 00. So after, he had gotten the 52 agent in May, and so June and July he was playing 00 agent. And let's just give it a watch.
He said in chat that he was for it, or that he had been playing Cradle.
It was quite a grind.
Hey, Cock should go for it. You mean Hados or Haycock? It's actually funny. Hados had a Trev Kill 2 booster back in like 2018. No grenade though. And he fucked up the ending, but it was definitely close to 32 pace.
They're talking about the possibility of Cradle Agent 32.
Yeah, 32 is I would say it's overdue for Chris especially, but also in general.
We can see Bros in Cali's chat is talking about it, and what's funny is that 32 still hasn't happened, as far as we know, going into 2023 now, so that's an interesting discussion there.
My favorite song in this game, come on. 1K of 7, but it's a fast run.
Yeah, so typically, and even when Clem was playing the level, he kind of solved this a bit as well, but when we were
The back boost.
first doing the lure here to get the door
Boost.
open, you would want
Okay,
2
nothing,
KF7s and
I'll
just
take
shoot
it.
like 12 times. But if you shoot later, there 10 can work. And so it opens
So
up,
laggy.
you know, it gives you more chances at getting the best strategy and nailing the run. It's good to know you can make it work with 10.
Come on.
He had a bad back booster too there,
Oh,
and
where's the boost?
another one there.
Come on, boost. Nice. It's 155. I think. Clemens thinks it's the run.
That was good. That was really good backing up there.
Yeah, good ending though. Are we waiting the cinema? Yeah, I think it's kind of low, but yeah, it's hard to say. I needed the boost. I needed the boost. Like, yeah, it was back boost. Yeah, no shot. It's 156, I think. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I can't believe it. What the fuck? Let's go. We did it. We're the Dampion. Let's go. Fuck yes. Oh my god. How is that 154? Dude, what the fuck? I'm not... Oh, it happened. It happened. What the
No, it is interesting. I mean, Irie mentions in chat that the bug throw is really insane, but yeah, it can be hard to tell exactly what are boosts or back boosts on Dam 00, especially when you're really looking down hard. It seemed kind of low lag down in the yeah, good bug throw. It seemed kind of low lag down there, and hey, it is what it is. It was Dam 154, and Cali points out he's become the Dampion. I believe he got a sweep of Dam here because he had 116 the Untied on, or the Tide on Secret Agent, and so he had the 300-point sweep, and obviously he was the only one to do it because, you know, Dam 52 is pretty insane. So great stuff there from Cali. Remarkable, huge congrats on becoming the Dampion, and maybe there's one more Dam run from Cali to be seen. But then it's time for the most miraculous run of the year. May 27. I mean, I still have to give my head a shake. I can still hardly believe this happened. We were about to do the first or second DLTK lore episode, and I was streaming, warming up the stream as I often do. And somehow it's inexplicable. I mean, we know from the Aztec lore episode, I mean, I've shown this run at least in Aztec lore and others. Last year I got 135.00. Then Gus got the 134.00 Untied, skipping the body armor, which was insane. And, you know, I was decent at Aztec 00, but I just never thought that I was going to put it all together and get the run. But because the box ending opened up the possibility of surviving more risky runs, I was able to put to use and survive a risky fast run on Aztec 00 before lore, and hey, we got this run. Somehow, some way, the most unexpected. I mean, I truly never, you know, we'll give it a watch. I'm almost at a loss for words. And of course, it's a run so remarkable, we're going to dedicate to our SpeedLore champion, FC Bojangles. A huge thanks, FC, for supporting the stream on Patreon. Let's take a look. And that countdown timer was legit. I had been playing for 1 hour leading up to this point. You know, my last run before starting the lore. tiny bit of a stuck there, but it's not the worst thing because it kind of gets you reset. Now, I don't go for the crouching strat, but I do go for the mainframe strat. You know, I've talked this run to death in, you know, Aztec, Aztec SpeedLore recently, and it has its own video as well. I'm just gonna, you know, enjoy this run. Nice glass open, nice spinorama, 3.5 bars of health. Normally, you would never have a prayer to survive this on Double Agent. Left side, full speed. I mean, even a bit of a back boost off the console, like, you know, if you went through there cleanly, you know, could have been 132, who knows? And then, I was thinking about saying something in chat, but I ultimately didn't. Got a lucky boost to the mainframe there. At this point, I kind of know, like, oh my god, it has a chance. And I kind of start gasping, and Mirror Mage in chat was the only one who was tuned in enough to know what was going on, and, you know, I'll let myself take it from here. I did ironically unmute and type in chat during the run. Oh my fucking god, guys. Oh my fucking god, guys. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy fucking shit. Oh my fucking god. I lived... That's the only footage I have of that run. I wasn't fucking DVD recording. A lot of things went right there. Yeah, I mean, I've said it all before. There's no need to belabor it, but it is kind of insane that, yeah, I forgot to press record on my DVD recorder, so that I just had the live stream highlight. It was high enough quality to, you know, meet proof call. There's bros in chat saying idle screen, you know, what a farce. I can't explain how this happened. It just did, and it's shocking and stunning. I can't believe it. I still have a hard time believing it. And what's even harder to believe is that it is still untied on the rankings. Like, it's going to end the year untied. Unless someone drops an Aztec 00 run in the next 20 hours here, it's going to end 2022 untied, which no one would have expected, because definitely, like, 131 is possible with this strategy. Like, there's no doubt about that. You know, there was 2 points I can point out to. Like, again, my first room... I mean, I'm sure, like, Luke and Clem were doing it much faster back in the day when, like, 135 was the record. I kind of got stuck there, and then I got the back boost here. And, you know, it totally, like, I don't get through cleanly. It is kind of like a stiff back boost there. So, like, 131's possible with this technique, and then, like, what about the crouch strategy? And that can open up anything down to, like, 127, you know? There was actually a poll. Let me see. Let's see here. Maybe, I'll try to find, let's see if I can dig up the poll here. What will the Aztec 00 record be by the end of the year? And we can see that, if I view the results, you know, 133 remains untied. Well, 5 people guessed it was possible. 133 is tied. 3 people were guessing 131 was the plurality winner. And, you know, as many people guessed it was going to be 129 or 128 as guessed that 133 was going to remain untied. So it shows you, like, people really, really thought that the record was going to be lowered significantly, and it was not, as far as we know. And we might touch on that as well in a minute or two. So crazy stuff, and what can you say? It's what a world. Speaking of what a world, a young man by the name of Mystic Cheese, a very strange and unusual speedrunner, I'm sure he would agree himself, thought, you know, what if I played for Untied, played for a crouch run on Aztec Agent. And this is sort of the underdog Untied of the year, is this Mystic Cheese run. And it is a remarkable speedrun. It is an unusual speedrun. It took place in July of the year. And so we are dedicating it to none other than our SpeedLore champion, Mr. Moxie. A huge thanks to Mr. Moxie for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's watch Moxie. Let's watch Mystic Cheese's beautiful 120, baby. And this is going to be a very solid run. You know, remember Riolo's 122 looked fine. A couple of odd boosts. I mean, clean and fast. Man, you don't want that right side guard to come out and, like, shoot you. So for Mystic to clutch this out with that happening is, like, very impressive. Backs up, opens it up, gets the... so he probably lost, like, 2 seconds there by kind of getting the items in a bad order. And it was not entirely his fault. He was getting boosted around, which makes it really tough. 2.5 bars here, 2 bars. I mean, on Agent, you're going to survive this pretty much all the time. Doesn't even get hit till there. He has half a bar. That's like at least 2 hits. He can survive 1 hit for sure. Oh. I think I pointed out in the Aztec lore how much I loved him, like, committing to turning away there. It would have been easy for him to, like, freak out and flip back and throw himself off, but he committed, and these are very good vents to clutch on such a run. So great job to Mystic on this amazing speed run. Aztec Agent 120. Beautiful run, amazing stuff. And yeah, just the crouch is so good, and so it's the new age. We're into the, you know, 4th decade of speedrunning GoldenEye 007, you know, the 90s, the aughts, the 10s, and the 2020s, and that is certainly a 2020s era strategy, the crouch strat. And so it's been pulled off on Agent and Secret Agent. You know, what we know as of this date, it's not been pulled off on a world record run on Double Agent. Will it ever? That is something that we're going to have to find out. And yeah, you know, Mystic could have used the box strat, but, you know, again, he had enough health where it didn't matter. On Agent, it's, if you're going to survive, you're going to survive enough to make it back to the crates. The box ending is certainly more useful in Secret and Double Agent. So let's take a peek over here. If we go to the, you know, old rankings, and we'll go to, like, August 1st. And we'll see. We have this cute scenario on Aztec where we have 3 different people with Untieds. There's not really a well agreed upon term for that, but it's sort of like a unique Untied sweep, or I don't know, something like that. But it's cool and it's cute and it's kind of uncommon. So hey, that's nice. Now all this while, Cali with the 116 on Secret Agent was like, well, I'm playing Dam, I'm into the Dam mode. Let's attempt to do something cool on Dam. Secret Agent. Is such a thing possible? And there was a technique he wanted to use, which only one guy, Fernando, who had untied Surface 200 a few years ago, had used, where he was shooting the alarms through the windows on the dam. And we're going to see after, again, 4 months of grinding, Cali finally pulled it off. Let's take a look, and you know what? Let's dedicate this one to our SpeedLore champion, Sammy Limex. A huge thanks, Sammy Limex, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's take a look.
But it's outdated. It should be like a 112. Yeah, I like facility on JP. I think it's good. The only thing is you can't get TNS. Yeah, jungle's pretty bad no matter what system you're on, but it's so shit on English. Or NTSC, rather. That's what we mean when we say English. Technically, PAL is English too, but... just to be clear. Alright, this is it. Come on. That was slow, but... come on. It might be good enough. Nope, it's not. I was so far away from the door. Yeah, I know. Cool last alarm, though. I missed the B press. It might still be it. I don't know. I think it's a boostless run. I don't know. We could get a 115.98. But we've had a lot of 116s that were just... you know. Yeah, I think so too. Never mind. Boom. There we go. No fucking way. Holy shit, I missed the B press. Oh, thank you. Thank you, GoldenEye. Thank you. We are done with Dam for now. Oh, that was it. Oh, thank you. 52% accuracy. Thank you. Thank you.
No, it's just kind of funny how it's like all 3 of his damn records this year, he didn't think they were going to be it, which is like kind of funny. And like it goes to show you just how challenging the game can be. Like it can be crazy and heartbreaking and uncertain, but he got the time. So good stuff. He did it. And yeah, I mean, he grinded on Dam for literally the whole year, basically. He just turned his attention. He caked Depot Agent 23 and played a bit of Train. But amazing dedication by Cali to get slay a legendary record in Dam 52, tie 154, very solid record with a lot of history, and then to get this untied 115 with the window technique, which hadn't been used before. The 116 was one of Mark's OG records from back in the day with his incredible Rutsu vision, so it's really amazing stuff, and just way to go, Cali, on these amazing runs. And if you listen closely, you can hear the alarm blowing up with these shots here.
All right, this is it. Come on, that was slow, but...
right there.
Come on. It might be...
yeah, and so you need to hit 5 on the window, which, like, you're pretty far away. It's not very obvious where the window is, with these graphics. And then you need to hit 5 on the alarm. So you hit 10 correct shots out of 14. It's not easy at all, but Cali nailed it, and great job. Now, there's one more Untied to show, but this is where some sort of, we'll say, controversy maybe comes in, because, you know, Perfect Ace, great player, hadn't had too active of a year. You know, the best player, some would say. He had achieved, like, a couple improvements. Well, like I say, he had the Silo. We watched the Silo 59. He tied the Egypt 44s as well. A couple things like that. He had a pretty quiet year, but some believe that he's been hoarding times and he may not post them. And for example, you know, I went to visit him in Montreal. There is a sort of SpeedLore bonus of that on this very channel, the SpeedLore channel. And I think we went out to you know, have a break or step outside or something. And Ace showed this video on his live stream while we were out. I think that might be us. It might be Justin DT in the room or something. But anyways, there's this odd video playing of Ace. And the run that is shown purports to be a completion of Frigate Double Agent, and it purports to be something like a, oh, there he is, Frigate 00104. Now, he's never posted that 104, and so you wonder what exactly is the deal. Did he actually get this 104 legitimately? You know, why did he show it? What's going on? And this led to all sorts of kind of mini drama. You know, is Ace hoarding? What times does he have? If someone were to pass him, become champion, is it legitimate? And so, you know, I think it's all kind of, you know, whatever. What's posted is posted. What's not is not. That's my opinion. But there were many who kind of question what the deal is with Ace and his potentially hoarded times this year. I mean, it seems clear that he is hoarding a Frigate 00104. Will he post it? Will he not? Does he want lower? You know, who knows? He can be mysterious at times. Now, the final Untied of the year was actually quite shocking, I would say. So, Surface 2 Secret Agent, the record was 47. It wasn't, well, okay, it was kind of common. About 20 people had it. But it's not an easy level at all. You have to get a grenade from a guard and then throw it, you know, perfectly timed Arlene from miles away to destroy, you know, the communications link. And then you still have to clutch out the mine throw at the end and the warp. Very difficult. You know, 46 Agent is actually quite common, has 38 ties. The question is, would 46 Secret Agent be possible? And because you're doing so much more, you have to get a grenade instead of starting with a mine. You have to use the mine at the end for the helicopter. But Yokim is showing himself, you know, he actually got the final Untied of 2021 with Runway 0027. And for him to get the final Untied again, I mean, that's kind of crazy, of the year. But he actually got the Surface 2 SA 46. This run just shocks me. Like, this run is so good. It's beyond words, in my opinion. You get that nade. Strafing down the way. Here we go, baby. And you can't play it in 2.x because you can't do an Arlene very easily with that. So this is all like 1.2. There's the Arlene. This ending is just so pristine. Chuck, so much going on there, so much skill, unbelievably impressive run in my opinion. Oh, that's crazy. Irie in chat points out that this was apparently Yokim's first nade since returning to the grind after months. So he had tried for it for months before and didn't do it, and then this time first nade gets it. And I think there is something to that because, you know, when you're playing for hours on end, getting one nade every 30 minutes and you get it, it can be so nerve-wracking that you like psych yourself out. So to get it first try after months, it kind of actually makes sense, you know? Yeah, the door from above is used on Agent, but to be able to combine, throw the mine, and still hit the door from above, it's like a very, very precise angle and timing method to start opening that door from above. I think Henrik discovered it a long time ago, made 46 Agent more viable, which is what made 46 Agent common. But to pull off on Secret Agent, where you also need to chuck the mine, is, I mean, it, like, I can't even do it on Agent, so it, like, really blows my mind. You know, maybe other players aren't as impressed by it, but, like, I'm so impressed by this. It's unbelievable. So great job by Yokim there for 46 Surface 2 Secret Agent. Amazing stuff. And Yokim also tied runway DLTK 43. I'm not going to get too much into DLTK. This is the only one I'm going to show, LTK or DLTK, but I think it's really, really notable. And you'll see, because 43 DLTK was untied by Boson in 2006, and so this was the longest standing DLTK untied ever, like 15, 16 years. And probably the longest untied in any regard, in any sort of like, I guess it depends on the mode. Like maybe there's older turbo records at this point, but you know, LTK and DLTK are taken a bit more seriously than turbo. And you need a lot of luck. Like you can easily get shot 5 times. The tank gives you a lot more health, but you can still easily get shot a ton of times by guards and lose all your health and pass away. So very, very, you need to hit all those shots. You need to throw that nade at the beginning very well. 43. He's going to show the DLTK mode here in a second. You know, there it is. And so great stuff by Yokim. And we can see here on the GoldenEye, LTK, and DLTK longest standing untieds, 4,500 days that was the untied for. So impressive. It looks like Cavern's DLTK could surpass it this time next year. I guess we'll see if anyone's able to beat Boson's Cavern's DLTK time. So who knows? But great stuff by Yokim there. Amazing year from him. Those 2 runs in particular, amazing stuff. So here's a funny clip from Icie. Yeah, I love showing a couple funny clips like this. He's trying to shoot the camera through the fence, which is the optimal strategy. Kind of hard to believe that Clem's 11800 here is over 2 years old now. It was 2020 when he got it. You have to nail this like first try to get 118. Obviously, not happening for Icie here, but then look what does happen. Of course, he turns around, a guard's there, and the nade lands in his line of fire. So, these are the moments you love to see and love to capture in GoldenEye. Very funny and silly, and at least it didn't happen on a meaningful run. That would have been really unfortunate. So, here we have a notable run from Irie. We're just going to show the reaction to this run, because this is Silo SA 109. He's already even improved it. You know, the record's 107 by Ace and Mark. Irie's already got 108, but him getting 109 is the run, I believe, that gave him enough points to become champion on the points rankings for the first time ever. He's the new champion of GoldenEye, which is amazing. Obviously, very few players have ever been the champion, and so for Irie to join them is pretty cool. I mean, even in the Twitch era, we've seen like, you know, Ace, of course, Wotus, Luke, and now Irie. You know, so maybe, I don't know. I don't think Mark had it in the Twitch era. Maybe very early on. So huge congrats to Irie. Obviously, the year wouldn't, like I said, only got 2 world records this year. But, you know, this year in review would not be complete without mentioning that Irie has become and is still the points champion on the rankings. Of course, we have, discussed the strange potential ace hoarded times.
Holy shit.
But as far as I'm concerned, as far as anyone should be concerned, the rankings are the rankings as they are now. And so in my opinion, he's a champ. Oh, that's kind of, that was a bit unfortunate there. Could have been, more pristine if the door was open earlier. Here we go.
Yes! Fucking cake it, let's go. I'm the fucking real fake champ now.
The real fake champ, baby. There it is. Silo SA-109. Great run by Irie, no doubt there. So, amazing stuff. Huge congrats to him.
Man, if I nailed that warp, that was like so close to 108.
And it sounds like Irie in chat is saying that he got a 108 after a couple days later, and it also had not a perfect warp. So, hey, who knows? Maybe Irie's gonna get the 107. Yeah, there's no more untides. So I'm just like show the rankings as they stand now, like 107's there. I mean, the 121 is still pretty clear. Like, I believe actually just 121.00 is the record and level that has not been tied or improved in the longest. Like, this time I got in November 2017. So it's been 5+ years since anyone got a world record on Silo 00. So, like, that's kind of overdue more than anything, So, yeah, maybe Irie, that's going to be his journey or quest in 2023. Who knows? Who knows, baby? I want to show 2 more world records. One is, we're going to close with 1 Clem and 1 Ace world record. Of course, the classics. So this is Clem off stream. He played a lot on stream. But as it often is, it can be hard to focus fully. It can be hard to nail the run, clutch it out on stream. And Bunker 2 has seen improvements, especially in 2021, with the jail cell warp. Oh, nice headshot, and this is the lure, clipboard lure strategy. Clem goes in, a bit sloppy there, but it's so hard to get a clean run. I believe his world record comment on his page here is simply, of course. 38 ties aces untied. Clem was not thrilled with that. And again, sometimes Clem, like Ace, if they're not thrilled with the time, they might not even post it. But Clem did post this, which was nice. So that's cool. And yeah, we can just see, like, the old record this way was like 42, and the jail cell warp probably saves like 5 seconds on Secret Agent. So like 37's definitely out there. And we can see that because if he had, this went really well here, that headshot, so well to nail that. But if he didn't get back boost and kind of trolled and stuck there and had a much cleaner ending, this probably could have been 37. So a little bit unfortunate, but it's a good run, and he should be pumped about that one, in my opinion. Bunker 2, Secret Agent 38. Now, the last run of the night that we're going to show is, in my opinion, one of the coolest ones, one of the best ones. So again, Ace had a slow year, right? We know this. Ace had a kind of slow year, didn't get too much stuff.
The following content.
But one run that he did get, one level that he was playing, was Facility 00 Agent. He was trying to tie the legendary 5100 of WOTUS. Early on in the year, we're halfway through the year, 5100. And it's interesting because Ace has 42 Agent, great untied. 51 SA untied. WOTUS skipped from 53 to 51 for that 00. And it's like an amazing, amazing record. Like, it's one of the best records ever set. February 2020, so it'd been untied for almost 3 years now. Like, this run is one of the best in GoldenEye history. Of course, Ace decided he wanted to go and attempt to tie one of the best runs ever set. And he actually grinded for this, like, on and off for probably a month or more. Had a lot of runs. You need so much to go right. And that's why Wotus was able to skip to 51. It's not a level where you punch it down like 0.5 at a time and finally cut the second. You can improve your skill beyond what the luck in the game will give you. You need the correct doke location, which is 1 in 7 roughly, and then you need a good trev, and then you need like not to get back boosted, all this other stuff to go right. And so this run is amazing. Amazing level, amazing speed run. In my opinion, I made a little short video about this. I think it's the most iconic speedrun level in the game. Because everyone's speedrunning it playing Facility Double Agent for the invincibility cheat. Beat the level in 2:05 or less. It was sort of many people's first exposure to speedrunning back in the 90s. Before if you're 16 now, you've grown up on YouTube watching speedruns since you were 5 years old. But back then, having to beat Facility Double Agent in 2:05 or less for the invincibility cheat was your exposure to speedrunning. And so, yeah, that's why this level is the most iconic of any in the game, and why this speedrun goes into our final SpeedLore champion of the night, Sul O'Rock, our pal. A huge thanks for supporting SpeedLore on Patreon. This run's dedicated to you. It has a hot track from, I think, Persona 4, which is Ace's favorite series. We can see the cute cat or creature Morgana on the right here. We made this gif of Morgana watching you play a video game. If you've played Persona 5, you'll know what it is. Not really a spoiler. He's like a beautiful run. Let's just watch this magnificent speed run to end the year in review, baby. I love everything about that run. Such a great speedrun period. Just the way he puts the controller down at the end, just his satisfaction. Press A, there's the time you wanted, controller down. The music fits the run so well. I mean, it's far from the speedrun of the year. We've seen 8 amazing untides. We've seen other significant historic world records. I just love this one, and it happened only a couple days ago, so it kind of sticks out more freshly to me as well. I think he was streaming it on an alt, and I was in chat, which was kind of cool as well. That's not always the case, so that was fun and nice. And yeah, just amazing. It's a perfect run. There's nothing you can say. It's a perfect run. Everything went perfectly. That guard can back boost you so frequently, and he didn't. And Ace delivered the goods, baby. Ace delivered the goods, and he tied the 51. And now Wotus has no more untieds. Wotus didn't really play much this year. He's the past champion, and I think that's significant as well. He lost his Aztec agent untied, his Cavern's secret agent untied, and his Facility Double Agent untied. Will we ever see the return of Wotus or not? And maybe not. Maybe some players just have moved on to bigger and brighter things. So they leave their mark and they move on. Yet others remain as a steadfast presence in the community, you know, like Ace and Clemens and myself to some extent, you know, as the history teller. But also an Untied getter this year, which is kind of insane, especially when you consider Ace and Clem didn't get Untieds this year. Nor did Mark, you know. Here's the Untieds this year. Riolo got 2, Samo got 1, Yanni, me, Mystic, Cali, and Yokim. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And yeah, just before wrapping up, you know, I always want to look at, like, some of the things that could happen in 2023. So, for example, Mark Rutsu's Caverns Agent 101 is now 10th all-time in longest-lasting world records ever. It's been over 11 years, 4,100 days. Will anyone get 1 minute on Cavern's Agent? It's possible. Some people have been close, but it hasn't happened yet. Beyond the Caverns 101, you know, Runway SA22 is probably unbeatable. That'll probably never be improved. I mean, like, who knows? Like, that one will be a permanent fixture here. Whereas, like, Statue 217, Cali's kind of going for it. Silo 00 is definitely improvable. You know, I'm pretty chuffed with my Streets SA 154 being high up here on this list. You know, that's pretty cool. Maybe it'll be second or third this time next year, and that will be a cool kind of thing for me to enjoy. If no one gets 153, but only like 4 people have 154. So, yeah, it's always cool to kind of take a step back and see what records are still there, how long they've been around, and if they might or may not be improved. And then this is the one for Untieds. And this is interesting because we see Henrik's Train 00148. I mean, that one was set in early 2018. That's going on 5 years now. Like, that's very impressive. Will the 148 fall or be tied? Ace's Bunker 120, like, nobody's close to that. So you got to think that one is going to rack up days, you know, add 360 days here next year, and we're up into like 4th or 3rd place. You know, so that one's going to keep climbing probably. You know, then we see some good stuff. These are tieable to be certain. But they're good, solid records. A lot of them are really good and solid records. So, hey, who knows what's in store? You know, it is kind of interesting because it always feels like, is the game slowing down? Are we, you know, losing speed? You know, if we look back in time, we see, yeah, there was fewer untied world records set this year than in the past, like, handful of years. But at the same time, there was a huge resurgence in the community those years due to, like, the advent of speedrunning content on YouTube and whatnot. You know, if you go back to 2011, 2009, and we had a similar amount of world records set in those years. And so I don't think that the community and speedrunning GoldenEye is in that deep of a position of jeopardy or anything. Obviously, the game's getting more optimized as well, and so there will be fewer and fewer untieds. And it wouldn't surprise me if next year we only see, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 untieds. That wouldn't be shocking to me as we get more optimized. But we are creeping ever closer to the overall combined time of 109.59. You know, we cut, you know, if I plug this back into the beginning of 2022, we were at 110.32. So you can see down there 110.32, and now we're at 110.19. So all the untieds were like, well, we actually had a couple multi-second untieds this year, which is impressive. You know, Gus's was 5 Aztec SA, and then Mystic cut 2 on his Aztec 120. So I think the conclusion is that if people were to predict the world records that were set in 2022 at the beginning of the year, no one would have predicted this list. Like, maybe some would have predicted Cali on Dam SA and maybe Gus on Aztec, but the rest of them, not a chance, you know. So you truly never know what's going to happen in GoldenEye speedrunning. Keep an eye out if you're involved in the community for forum threads coming up. We like to predict what world records will or will not happen in the year ahead. that's always fun. The Sylvester tip is what we call it. So if you want to post and join the forums, do that. Take a peek. But if not, that is going to be all for tonight's Year in Review. The 2022 Year in Review. And so with that, my friends, thank you all for enjoying watching the live stream as always, and for all your support throughout the year. All the viewers, the chatters, the commenters, the lurkers, and of course, the SpeedLore champions and legends. You know, we had completed the main run of SpeedLore last year, mid-2021, and I was unsure of, what lay ahead for SpeedLore, but it seems as though we found a way forward. I really enjoy continuing to do these episodes, and I hope you've been enjoying them as well. Thanks again to all the SpeedLore legends and champions for all the support. It means the world to me. And here we go for a wonderful 2023. Farewell to 2022. Here we come, 2023, the year ahead. Wishing you all health, happiness, and good fortune in the year to come. Stay true, my friends. And I'll see you in the next stream or video. Good night.